So this is the phone that I daily. It's a Samsung Galaxy S10e. Love it. Currently have no plans to upgrade. But I had a rough day with it. Thursday, May 25th, 2023, this phone got hacked. And it wasn't like a SIM swap or a juice jacking or a type of random app installation. No, this was public Wi-Fi that hacked my phone. Now, for those who are wondering, how can you get hacked through public Wi-Fi? Well, it's not necessarily the public Wi-Fi specifically, it's rather a network masquerading as public Wi-Fi. For a place that actually does have public Wi-Fi. I'm not going to give names to anyone because I don't want to reveal where this happened, nor am I going to reveal how it's doable. But the way that this works is it involves broadcasting a Wi-Fi network with the same SSID or name as another Wi-Fi network. Thankfully, this only works on unsecured Wi-Fi networks. So you know how there's that little password or configuration set up when you set up a new router? I can go grab my router and show you. I'm just not gonna. But the point is, the way I got hacked was like my phone was set to automatically connect to a specific guest network for a specific place. I'm not going to say which place this is because I don't want to put any blame on them. I don't want to make it seem like they're being blamed. But someone malicious had set up another Wi-Fi network that had the exact same name that was broadcasting at a stronger signal. So my phone naturally connected to it because it's set to automatically connect to it. Now that I've gone through this whole experience, I've decided I'm not going to let any networks automatically connect, and there's a reason for that. But well, with the exception of networks that are in my house here. So like the network that's connected to right now. But let's say you were to connect to, say, a coffee shop Wi-Fi, like Starbucks or something. Now, this didn't actually take place at a Starbucks, but say you were to connect to that, but someone was broadcasting a Starbucks Wi-Fi network. And they were broadcasting it to make it look like it was Starbucks. So what my phone would have done is it would connect to the one that looked like the real Starbucks. This is again just an example of what actually happened. This didn't actually take place at a Starbucks. It saw it, but was set to auto connect. I can go over how to disable auto connect. But what I'm trying to say here is when I got connected, it connected to the first one, which was pretending to be Starbucks. Again, not really Starbucks, but it would connect to the one pretending to be Starbucks, and then it would shift to the real Starbucks network. Again, this is entirely an example. This isn't actually what really happened. This happened at someplace other than Starbucks, but it still can happen at a Starbucks. Or any coffee shop for that matter, like Dutch Bros. Or not even, it doesn't even have to be a coffee shop at all. It can be any public place that has public Wi-Fi. So, for example, recently I've seen Walmart has public Wi-Fi now. So this could happen at a Walmart. This actually did not happen at a coffee shop. But I'm not going to say where this happened because I do not want to make it look like I'm pointing fingers at anyone. This was entirely out of the their control, and there was no way to identify that this attack was actually out there. Now, before you go asking me, why didn't you use a VPN? I did use a VPN. And this happened. So, just because it happens without a VPN does not mean it will not happen with a VPN. This actually did get attacked through a connection with a VPN on. So, don't think for a minute that you can get away just by turning on a VPN before you connect, as this type of attack can still happen with a VPN. So, consider this a warning that this can happen. And don't trust public Wi-Fi networks just because they're there. Now, let's say you have connected your phone to public Wi-Fi networks and there's a way around. First things first, go to your settings, and then over here, there's connections. Tap that, and then you'll see Wi-Fi. Tap it. I'm not going to show you this because, well, it's got my names. I don't want to give out my Wi-Fi network names, but let's select this one here. Actually, I should go grab my other router. I'm going to go grab another router, set it up here, and show you how to set it not to auto-connect. Okay, so I ended up grabbing out a spare router that I have. So this one's not hooked up to the internet. And I've set the name to Dusty Downloads. If I reveal very briefly... Oh, where did it go? There it is. Dusty Downloads. If I could get the camera to focus. There it is, Dusty Downloads. So when you tap a network name, I've just used Dusty Downloads for this because... So when you're in the password setup, I've password protected this for the purposes of this, but if you have this password prompt, and switch the auto reconnect to off before you put the password in. Now let's say you've already put the password in. Or it's a non-password protected network. Well, when you go into the top, and yes, I know internet's not available. If you go to the top, I'm again covering it up, but there, Dusty Downloads. If you hit this little gear right here, it's kind of hard to see. Let me hold it with the other hand. There's Dusty Downloads. So if you tap the gear, you'll notice this one switch that says auto reconnect. You'll want to flip it off, and then it should automatically disconnect from the network and should let you. Now that process will vary from phone to phone. At least that's the process if you're on a Samsung phone. So I'm gonna disconnect because I don't actually use this network. But this attack could have been worse had I not stopped it right away. Now I'm not going to show you a proof of concept because I don't have a way to. However, I would like to give a shout out to YouTube channel. This is not a YouTube channel. Very funny name, by the way. I will leave a link in the description to him. And then I also want to thank David Bombal for offering a video explaining the full potential of an attack like this. Although in his video he doesn't specifically mention public Wi-Fi as being an attack vector, though he does mention an OMG cable and malicious software as possible attack vectors. I will leave a link to David Bombal's video in the description as well. Anyways, I'm gonna unplug this router real quick. Anyways, say you've already been attacked. What can you do? Well, check if you have a backup. In my case, I did have a backup. So I was able to restore from that through Smart Switch. If you need a tutorial, I'll go through a tutorial on how to do a full backup of an Android phone, a Samsung Android, through Smart Switch. I can't do this whole process for every Android because I don't have a bunch of Androids. If you need the process for an iPhone, I'll leave a link to Apple's support document in the description below as well, so you can do that. This has been difficult for me to do, but it's nice that I at least have a way to get back. And thankfully, I was able to minimize the damage done. So, instead of getting, like, say, a lot of Jeff Bezos messages claiming you could win $1 million, instead of getting a bunch of those sent out to all my contacts, I ended up getting no messages sent to all my contacts. And no incidents of any phone number compromises were noted. Or were noticed. Not noted, noticed. Yeah, it's nice to see that sometimes it's a matter of the attacker, not a matter of the attack vector. Because I've actually had I once had a friend get their number hacked, and then they end up getting this mass message of a thing saying you could win $1 million from Jeff Bezos, even though it's completely fake. Like, the form and all, that looked very legitimate until, like, page 3, where it asks for specific sensitive information. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you guys did enjoy, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe, comment below anything else I should do, and I'll see you in the next video.